A group of DAs and law enforcement officials are voicing their concerns over a new set of criminal justice reforms.
It includes releasing most people accused of low-level crimes. CBS News' Jenna DeAngelis is live in the St. George section of Staten Island with more. Jenna.
And Chris and Mary, the main takeaway from those who spoke at the news conference today is they feel lawmakers acted too fast without the input of law enforcement. And they worry what will come January 1st when the criminal justice reforms take effect in New York. The Staten Island DA, acting Queens DA, and law enforcement officials say these changes pose serious threats to public safety, victims of crime, and witnesses. First, talking about changes to discovery reform, which calls for the prosecution to turn over evidence to the defense earlier in case proceedings, revealing information about victims and witnesses of crimes. Then they spoke about bail reform. Most people accused of crimes in New York will be released on just their signature. Richmond County DA Michael McMahon standing in front of a list of crimes which could require mandatory release. And then another concern raised here today, the law strips the discretion for judges to set bail.
Manslaughter and criminally negligent homicide, burglary, drug sales on school grounds. Anyone who looks at these 400 charges can see that there are crimes that an average person would consider violent.
Just a few days ago, a defendant was arrested on a commercial burglary. It was his 44th arrest. He has 25 misdemeanor convictions, 5 felony convictions, and 14 failures to appear in court. He also has convictions in both New Jersey and Pennsylvania. Bail was set. But if his case is not disposed of, he will walk out of Rikers on January 1st. And the point is, you may think maybe he should walk out, but under the law, the judge has no choice.
The purpose of bail is to guarantee somebody's return to court. I think a lot of folks who get charges with very, very serious crimes that will no longer have bail will no longer return to court.
Now, supporters argue the bail law will prevent poor people from languishing in jail for low-level crimes while their cases work through the system, also combating overcrowded jails. Now, the city plans to reward defendants with perks, such as Mets tickets, movie passes, and gift cards if they show up to court, which is another controversial decision. Now, the group here says they're not saying that the criminal justice system in New York doesn't need work, but what they're saying is that lawmakers need to work with law enforcement, get their input before this goes into effect on January 1st. We're live outside the district attorney's office on Staten Island. Jenna DeAngelis, CBS 2 News.